Dulcie, and I've been in lockdown for about 2 months, I think. I don't know, I lose track all the time. I'm 12 and I'm in year 7, so I just started pretty much brand new school, brand new everything. I was looking up at the news and it said that we were going to have schools closed by the end of the week, and like my immediate thoughts was like, oh, it's gonna be for like a week, but yay, no school.
My name is Farah, I'm 16 years old, and this year I finished year 11. I remember just sitting there when it was announced and feeling a bit empty, just thinking that, I've worked for 5 years and now that I won't be able to show it in an exam.
Hi, my name is Irfan. So I'm basically 16, alright? I'm basically 16. I have been in lockdown for, I think, 5 years, or maybe 1 day. It's between 5 years and 1 day. I don't know, just pick a number. The lockdown came quite abruptly, actually. It was a bit of a shock for everyone, to be honest. My head is so round. What the hell?
Hi, I'm Leah, I'm 14 years old, and for the past few weeks I've been stuck at home due to the coronavirus. However, I didn't expect to be off school no longer than 2 weeks, and I didn't expect the virus to cause such an impact in everyone's lives.
Hi, my name is Sam and I'm 17 years old. I was going to college, I studied performing arts at Hopwood Hall. I was acting, singing, drumming at rock school in my band, Supernova, best band in Rochdale. Not to brag. I have a condition called mucolipidosis type 3. It affects my joints, heart, lungs, stuff like that.
I'm trying to keep up social distancing, but it's not really working too well because a lot of people aren't really taking it seriously and are just thinking, oh, if I don't look at them, then that means I obviously won't spread coronavirus. So it's boarded up right now, looks like a crime scene. Somebody died.
It was quite difficult, I think, at the beginning, just to get accustomed to these, this new routine, getting up late.
So today I have received an emergency food package from the government. I am currently shielding because of my condition. So let's have a look what we've got. Semi-skinned milk. We have meatballs, 3 tins of tomato soup, some pasta, some digestive biscuits, pasta sauce, rice, potatoes, some ready bread to start off my day, some bread, tea bags, sweet corn, beans, chopped tomatoes, tuna, coffee, oranges, apples and some much needed time. So we're going to send this off to people in worse conditions than we are, because we don't really need this stuff, so we're going to send it off to people who do.
Hi, I'm going to ask my granddad, who is over 85 and has been told not to leave the house by the government, a few questions on his experience living under quarantine and who has not been able to see his other family. How have you been spending your time?
Miss my mass, miss my friend.
What have you been doing?
Just watching telly and just a little bit walk in the backyard.
I think I've watched all the Harry Potter films at least 3 times now.
So as I can't see my friends as much, I usually walk to school with the person I'm about to show you. Hello, I'm human interaction. Because we're in lockdown, nobody's using their cars. So, climate change. Curing global warming pretty much.
I haven't had my hair cut for about 6 weeks. So yeah, here we go. Right, leave him now.
Don't give up your day job.
So, as a Muslim, I fast in Ramadan, and at the end of every fast, we have this thing called iftar, where we end the fast and we eat. I can't taste anything while I'm fasting, so I'll have to just tell, when we eat at iftar, if this is tragic or magic.
Having a sister working in the NHS meant that I had a much better understanding of why I was in lockdown and why I needed to abide by the rules. placed by the government. It didn't help that we weren't getting a clear answer, you know, from obviously politicians, stuff like that.
What kind of day do you think you've had today?
Pretty standard. Schoolwork and all that.
Do you think you're really enjoying self-isolating with me and Dad?
Well, if I was saying it to you, I would say that I was enjoying it, but if I was saying it to my friends, I would say that I'm very bored and I need help. Pretty much.
You need help? What do
Well,
you
like,
mean?
I need to get out of here.
So I imagine I'll be feeling quite relieved and excited to be getting out. Like even shopping, I want to go shopping to Morrison's or something. It's mad. So I just want to go, even shopping, like I said, shopping, just getting out the house.
Another thing that I've been doing daily is checking this website. It's called Worldometer, and it puts around total cases in all countries, new cases, amount of deaths and new deaths in all countries, and it's quite concerning to see.
You know, there's this article from 2011 saying UK one of the best prepared for pandemic, and you know, you'd think if it was the best prepared then why shouldn't it? It should still be the best prepared now, shouldn't it? And it clearly isn't.
Has the government failed the NHS? And it's a simple, straightforward answer really, and the answer is yes, they have. And by failing the NHS, in my opinion, they've failed everyone.
So because of the lockdown, I can't actually go out too much and go to the gym to do exercise, so I have to do exercise at home. Now I'm lucky that I've got a barbell at home, so I can do exercise with the barbell, and I've also got a treadmill here where I do jogging and running, so I don't really need to go to the gym or go outside through this lockdown.
My goal at the end of quarantine is to complete all my overdue work, as I'm missing a lot of coursework, so to be honest I haven't had as much leisure time. When quarantine is finally over, I'm going to be really happy as things will be slowly going back to normal. Shops will be reopening and I can see my friends again. A few things I like to do when quarantine is finally over. Go to my favourite places which are currently shut now due to lockdown.
So me and my brother are going to do something for you. And this is Read My Mind by The Killers. On the corner of Main Street, just trying to keep it in line. You say you wanna move on, and you said I'm falling behind. Can you read my mind?
I've got 4 walls that I feel safe in, but there are people at home who just don't feel safe, and people for whom maybe going to school was the only safe place that they had. And I think that should be recognized and brought up to people. There are deaf and blind people in this lockdown too, and I honestly never considered this aspect. There are people who have to touch to see things in this world, and right now especially, how would they go about doing that? Their daily lives are like honestly just put to a halt because of it, because of this lockdown, because they can't go out and just see the world.
I try not to dwell too much on the bad news because then I think it will start affecting me. As the media is constantly talking about the negative things, even though there are some good things happening at this time.
So now, because it's Thursday and 8 o'clock, we are going to be doing the clap for the NHS and the key workers. I especially want to clap for the NHS because they've done a lot for me over the years.
I just feel that there's not enough stuff done about mental health, you know, and I feel like it's not talked about enough in the media, you know, about people's mental health, what people might be going through. You know, obviously there's helplines if you're feeling worried, but I feel as though it's not enough. You can feel quite mentally isolated as well. You know, you just kind of feel like brick walls everywhere.
When I feel like I am getting down and feeling a bit low, I usually listen to some music and that makes me feel better. Or I'll go on a walk with my mum and we'll just talk about things and how I want things to go back to normal.
you been doing any college work?
I have. I did some homework this morning, doing some research. I've also been doing other activities like baking.
Any housework?
Yep, too much.
I don't think so.
Too much housework.
It's my 15th birthday today, and like a positive thing that I've got from this is it's a totally different experience from what I normally am used to. Like normally I expect a cake for my birthday, but today I'll be baking one for myself. And like obviously my parents are happy about that because they get to save some of their money. And it's another different experience because I have like homemade cards. And I don't get to meet my friends or go out for a meal or go shopping to spend my money.
Since people are rushing to the shops and trying to get as much as they can so they can be really loaded in lockdown, there is no bread.
There's lots of talk about what the world's going to be like after the lockdown, and I think it will be a lot different. There's obviously going to be, I feel like a lot more compassion and kindness around, because obviously it's something the entire world's gone through. I feel like the NHS will get, what it deserves. I think, hopefully, fingers crossed, I hope it, gets the money it needs and it stops being under pressure like it was before. I mean, it still is now.
We are basically plants with complicated feelings. That's what humans are. Because you need food, you need water, you need the sun. That's exactly what a plant is. But we've also got a heart and a brain and lungs and things like that. Humans are plants. Oh my god, yeah.
It's not really good for people's mental health to be apart from people that they care about, but I would rather my mental health than my physical health, because I don't want to get sick, and my mum has asthma, so I don't want to get her sick. So, yeah, this is just sad.
I guess the biggest impact of the lockdown would have to be just the fear of, catching the disease and just worrying about the impacts of it on economy, on the people around me and the people that I care about.
My friend Neve, she came over today and she gave me some Wolfsbane and a nice little card. And it really lifted me up, so I'm going to return the favour and give her some cake, and hopefully that'll lift her up. Gives people the boost.
Personally, I feel like the government could have handled the situation much better if they had closed the schools more sooner, as it could have prevented more deaths. And I feel like if Boris Johnson would have stuck to the 2-metre rule himself, it would have set a much better example. I do feel like this is going to be the new norm of people wearing face masks when we are going shopping and social distancing with wearing face masks.
I'm now allowed outside. Yay!
Who said?
Who said? I said.
Yeah, the doctor's surgery rang yesterday to ask her how Sam was, and we asked about social distancing, and they said it was okay to go out as long as he was in open spaces. Go on, go for it.
If I could write to COVID as a person, what would I say? I'd say this. I'd say I hate you for killing so many people, ruining the lives of so many that have lost loved ones. I'd say I hate you for having to make me say goodbye to people I've known for 5 years in the space of 2 days. I'd say I hate you for potentially making my future and the future of everyone on this planet unpredictable. But in a weird sort of way, I'd also like to say thank you. Even though you've killed hundreds of thousands and ruined lives of millions, you've shown us the best of humanity. You've shown us the kindness and compassion which may have been previously buried deep within the hearts of humanity. You've shown us that when things get tough, we can come together and help one another get through some terrible ordeals. So, COVID-19, I hate you, but I also like to say thank you.
I think this film, the 7 days that we filmed, it will really show people what it's actually like. I think the biggest change I'm hoping for after the pandemic finishes, it's just a lot more appreciation for the NHS, you know, and them being given, you know, enough money, more than enough money to cope.
I think people will get from watching this that everyone is the same as a root. Rules apply to everyone, like no matter like what your status is and all that, what background you come from. And I'm pretty sure people are doing the same stuff, like exercising and baking and all that.
Filming under this lockdown has actually been quite interesting because normally I don't actually have anything interesting to show about my life, and now actually through documenting I've realized there's a lot of interesting things that I do. For example, like here, look, this is my knitting. Like I've actually been knitting, and I didn't actually think that was an interesting thing, and here I am showing it off. There are loads of things that we all experience together and actually working together on it, even though it may seem like we're so distant. We're actually all working as a team, and from this documentary I want people to understand that no matter how distant you feel from people, you're all connected together, and I think that's something really important.
I've enjoyed the whole experience of filming myself because I wouldn't have done that normally, and I've gained more confidence.
To sum up my experience in lockdown, I have chosen a quote, which is by Albert Einstein, and it's, "In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity," and I feel like that just sums up everything, like of what I've experienced.
Could you sum it up, your experience with COVID, in a sentence or a quote?
One of the worst times of my life, but yet one of the best times of my life.
If I could sum up my life in lockdown, I'd say it's a bit of an adventure. I think I'm finding out lots of new things about myself over this lockdown period, so I think it's making it to quite a big kind of adventure for me.
Do you have a quote that sums up your life during lockdown?
You know what? I think I do. Oh, it's here, yeah, I got it. So, COVID-19, you may have knocked us down, but we will get up again.
I get knocked down, but I get up again.